pretty incredible that anyone can have the power of a film/Polaroid camera simulator in their back pocket. Obviously, it's never going to be as good as the real deal, but I bet you could fool a lot of people into thinking that a picture you took on your phone is legit film. That's what I'm doing in today's video. I'm going to walk you through an app that I found that's blowing my mind. It's called Oldroll, and it's a film/Polaroid camera simulator. So come take a walk with me around beautiful Camarillo. We'll take some pictures together, and I'll give you the walkthrough of the app, show you what it's all about. All right.
Blue dude, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking bullshit. It's hard to see you when your eyes look dull. Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue? Not blue. Blue dude, that blue, sort of witty and jaded, but let's not talk about you. Your coyote song on a rerun. Are you hound dog tired, singing all night long? Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue? Not blue. Not blue dude, blue moon, been one or two since I ran into you. Do you need a picture? Well, that gets old. It's hard to take one when your iPhone's full. Who's gonna save you? Who's gonna make you not blue? Not blue. Not blue.
As promised, let's take a closer look at this app. I'm using an iPad, but it doesn't matter what device you have this app on. I've left a link in the description to both the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. Let's take a closer look. So once you open the app, you're going to be greeted with this first camera. This is the classic M. I'm going to start in the top left-hand corner and make my way around and explain what each of these dials and buttons does. And it's really simple, but I said I would do it, so I'm going to do it. So top left-hand corner, this toggles on your cameras, your front camera, back camera, and so on. Underneath that is your exposure dial. I like to leave this on auto because when I'm shooting outside in the sun, I can't really see what's going on my screen, so it's better to be safe than sorry. Just leave it on auto. Then underneath your exposure dial is your flash, which is not supported on this old iPad. So that would turn on and off your flash. And also up here in the top right is your flash also. Positioned next to the flash button in the top right-hand corner is your folder or your gallery where the pictures will be stored. I have nothing in here, so there's nothing to see just yet. We'll come back to that in a second. Underneath your gallery button is the settings. I like that it gives you the option to save the original image so you can compare what the app is actually doing to the image. That's a good way to learn editing before and after, so you can see, okay, this is my raw picture. This is how this app is editing it. Maybe try replicate some of those pictures in Lightroom. Then under the saved image is the grid. I leave that on because, again, when I'm outside in the sun and I can't really see, it helps to have some kind of guide on the screen to let me know that my picture is at least straight. Underneath the grid, we have a shooting timer, which I think is really clever because, you know, some of the old school cameras had timers built into them. So it's really cool to have that, especially if you're out shooting by yourself and you want to get a picture of you in the frame. You can just set that to 10 seconds and, you know, take your picture. Reduce motion, I'm going to leave off because I actually do like a little bit of motion blur in pictures, especially if I'm trying to emulate that film look. A little bit of blur can really sell that effect. Retouch, we're not going to use that because we don't want to have that fake, smooth, Instagram looking skin. And then the date stamp we can turn on or off. I like that it gives us the option here of choosing our own date. I'm just going to leave it as it is for now. So that's everything in settings. Let's go back to the camera interface. Next up, under our settings button, we have our shutter. So let's take a picture and have a look and listen to what happens. And as you can see, the picture that we just took, it ends up in our camera gallery in the top right. And finally, probably the most important button on this interface is this golden camera button down here in the bottom right-hand corner. So when you click on that, it opens up our menu. Now here are all the cameras that are in this app. And as I said at the beginning of this video, it comes with 7 unlocked cameras that you can use for free, and everything else you can access by either paying a monthly subscription or just buying it for a flat rate. So for example, this Super 8 camera here, when you click on it, it brings up this menu. It tells you a little bit about this Super 8 and it gives you examples of the kind of images to expect from this camera. So you can unlock the Super 8 for 99 cents, or you can unlock all cameras for monthly, yearly, or just a lifetime. Oh, that's kind of interesting. The prices here are more expensive in the Apple Play Store than they are in the Google Play Store. So let's head back into this menu here. So let's say I want to get to my favorite camera in this app. We're going to click on the golden camera right here. It's going to bring up our menu. My favorite is the Polaroid camera, or the INSP. I'm pretty sure that stands for Instant Polaroid, but correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not really sure. So I'm going to click on the Polaroid and it brings up this retro looking interface. Now this has the same features as the classic that I just showed you, and it also has a couple of little add-ons that I should go over. The first one is this filter button here in the top right-hand corner. As you can see, it changes the type of film roll that it's using. It's essentially a filter. I think one is more of a contrasted look and the other is more of a typical filmic look. It also has this switch button that you can see here in the center. And what that's doing is changing the type of Polaroid border that's going to be on your shot. So there's a couple of different ones to choose from. I really wish that you had the option to turn that off completely, but I understand that it wouldn't really be a Polaroid picture if it didn't have that frame around it. So I get it, I just wish that it was an option. The other thing that they've added here is animated frames. So if I choose this cherry frame, let's take a picture with this. As you can see, it added these kind of cute doodles to your frame. Not something that I'm going to use a whole lot, but I think it's pretty cool that it's an option there. So there you have it. That's my quick review of a couple of my favorite cameras in this app. If anything, I hope this video is a good reminder that you don't need a professional camera just to get outside and take decent looking pictures. All you need is an iPad or even your phone with a couple of free apps. I'll even go as far as saying that the hardest part of photography is showing up. Without a doubt, it's actually going to a place to take pictures. That's the hardest part. You don't need to be technically brilliant to take some decent pictures, but you absolutely need to show up and be present. So anyway, I hope you guys found this video helpful. If it's your first time here, please do consider subscribing. Like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you in another one very soon. Bye.
Do you need a picture?